Hey everyone, this is your host Chris G from Blurred's Eye View. And if you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Here, let me explain. First, it's free. You definitely can't beat that. Plus, there's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership, and it's everything you need to make a podcast and more. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Aren't you tired of talking heads just talking? Black Gamut Entertainment is vowing to change the industry. We podcast with a purpose, and our shows have goals. If you want to help make a change, then come join the Black Gamut family. Together, we make a difference. Hey everybody, welcome to Blurred's Eye View. I'm your host Chris G, and with me is my co-host DC. How's it going, DC?
I am tired, no lie, but the show must go on.
I know the feeling, man. I have been fighting it all day. For those who don't know, Blurred's Eye View is a podcast that covers everything in geek, pop culture, and everything in between. I got to come in with a lot of the energy today because it has been a long day. It's been a long week.
It's been a long month.
It's been a long month.
It's only 12 days. I told my wife yesterday, I said, it's been a long month. She's like, it's only the 11th. I said, I know. That's the problem.
This year has been
12
long.
days in.
Because you're worried about what the hell's going to happen next. This year has been, for those who don't know, welcome to the 9th level of Jumanji. We're just holding our breath at this point, hoping and making sure nothing kicks off. Good Lord. But we've had some good things happening in the pop culture world and geek pop culture world. So let's get right to it. First off, Thor, or Chris Hemsworth, said this will not be his last time playing Thor in the movies, after Love and Thunder, whenever they do shoot it. So that's a good sign. So that means he's re-signed for however many movies.
Give us at least 4 more.
Oh yeah.
5 including Thor.
But they're doing something different with Love and Thunder, which I've seen being done on The Mandalorian. I don't know if you've watched the behind the scenes of The Mandalorian on Disney Plus, but they use this new kind of technology. You know how we have the green screen and everything. Well, they have this new kind of tech where they don't have like the Razor Crest, which is the ship the Mandalorian uses. They don't build the entire ship. They build like half the ship. And like the whole room is built like a green screen, ceiling to floor,
VR.
Yeah. And so when you're looking at it, it looks like you're looking at the entire ship. And it was stated that in Thor Love and Thunder, they were using that same technology. For those who haven't seen it, go check it out. Check out the behind the scenes for The Mandalorian. They are doing the tech, the special effects that they're using over there are, man, they are top notch. They are top notch. It's next level. Before it was people who would try to build like entire sets.
That is painstakingly horrible to do.
Painstakingly horrible to do. And unless you're like a TV series or something where it's, where it lasts longer. Yeah. So they have something like that going on, and then they're finding new ways to stretch the dollar, I guess you could say.
Well, I think this year COVID has taught us that sometimes you can get away with less and be able to do more. Because, there's some movies that damn never shot on an iPhone just to make it work. Yeah, and it looks like you're just like, that was on an iPhone. I have an iPhone. I didn't think it looked that good. Yeah.
So The Boys, which they're on episode 4 now because they premiered last week and they showed the first 3 episodes of season 2. So now they're on to, instead of doing like they've done before where they drop the entire season at once, they're now doing a episode per week type thing. There's a lot of people that did not like that. It was kind of review bomb behind it. But I feel like it's a good move because let's face it, how many people? Number one, we've been in a house long enough.
Yeah.
I don't think we can stay in much longer. But we've managed to do some things that allows us to just sit around and not do anything anymore. You know, I can go for an episode a week. You know, get back to basics, and you know, it's a new thing. You know, let's face it, like. When you drop an entire episode or try an entire show on a streaming service, people will stream that entire show in like 2 days maybe, and then they won't watch the streaming service anymore.
No.
You know, so I mean, it's a good thing for Amazon Prime to take that step. You know, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I think we've gotten spoiled. Is what happened. We've gotten spoiled watching this episode or watching everything all at once and everything else. Speaking of streaming services and Amazon Prime, we on What the Shit, we're talking about this, mentioned this a little bit, but Nicolas Cage is going to be playing Joe Exotic.
Yeah.
For the Tiger King. For the Tiger King. I haven't watched this thing. I have not watched it.
It's out now?
No.
Oh God! For the love of God!
But see, now I'm, you know.
Oh, you talking about the Tiger King, the original?
Yeah, the original.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
Which I'm still trying to understand how Carol Baskin got on Dancing with the Stars. From what I'm hearing,
bitch Carol Baskin killed her husband. Tragic.
Man, the things that people can do, you know what? Maybe
we have too much time on our hand this year. There's a lot of creation that shouldn't have abominations. I should say, not creations, abominations that were made this year. That song being one of them, but it's catchy as hell.
Yeah,
I have kids and they on TikTok, which is another abomination.
Yeah,
you're on TikTok. They're on TikTok all day. You walk in the room and they're doing all these weird dances. You just walk, turn around and walk right back out.
Yeah, they're like, they're TikToking again.
You do the Homer Simpson. We just walk.
Step back in the bushes. Yeah, step right back into the bushes. Act like nothing happened. A little bit of sad news that's been going on. They just finished filming the last episode of Supernatural, and when the last few episodes do premiere for this season, this final 15th season, it's going to be bittersweet. We don't know how this is going to end for the Winchester boys, but here's the bittersweet.
Been on for like 20 years.
Yeah, but here's the bittersweet. Here's the sweet part. Here's the sweet part of the bittersweet. Jensen Ackles, who plays Dean Winchester, got to take home a prop.
And this might be the greatest prop ever. I don't care what nobody say. Like getting the Wolverine suit that we never get to see is cool, but
what he received was like top notch. For those who are in anticipation, he got Baby. If you don't know who Baby is the name of the Impala that the boys drive, or namely what Dean drives, the car that belonged to their father, John.
Yeah, he ever let anybody drive that?
Dean, one of the seasons where he actually died, Sam ended up driving it. Sam's probably driven that car maybe like 3 or 4 times out of 15 years.
So one full season.
Yeah, one full season at least. I think that's a damn good come up. They'll come home with and he said he was begging them, and they finally let him have it. And I'm like, oh shit, technically it's his. It's technically his. He can take it home now. So
pretty much.
Yeah, that's really good news to see something like that. Speaking of things that are dying, well, in this case, never die, they're making another Scream.
Damn it. Yes. Why?
I don't know. Yeah.
Like, this is like 17. Like, how many fucking Screams are there? Like,
and they're bringing everybody back. Nev Campbell is coming back.
Doofus. Whatever.
Dewey. That's his name. Yeah. Oops. David Arquette. He's coming back up. I don't know if Courtney Cox is showing back up again, but
didn't they get into a fight over this movie like a while back? Like, this movie, like, I Know What You Did Last Summer, Scream. What's the other one? And there's another one.
It was another one that came out around
how
the
many
same time.
You guys? How many times can we watch this? Like,
the killer trope is
one or two is cool.
You know what? Speaking of killer tropes, though, I don't know if you've seen this trailer, Freaky.
I have not.
Okay. I can't remember the young actress name, but I do know her face because she's been on Supernatural a couple times. She plays the daughter of Castiel's host, and she's in this movie as well as Vince Vaughn. Now, the premise of the movie is it's similar to Freaky Friday, where you switch bodies. But here was the difference. Here was the difference because it's being done by Blumhouse Horror. They're doing their horror. So Vince Vaughn is the town's serial killer.
Oh gosh, she switches body with him,
and she switches bodies with. He has some kind of dagger, and she was the victim, and he went to kill her, and somehow they switched bodies. Now the killer is inside the girl's body, the girl is inside the killer's body, and she's convincing her friends that she only has 24 hours before she can get back in, or else she's going to be stuck inside his body. And this is going to be interesting. The trailer looks really good. I like a twist on something, because I've seen that trope before, like with the hot chick and the original Freaky Friday and everything. This is different. This is
even the Chris Brown song.
Yeah, you're right.
Let me a little diggy. Speaking of movies, have you seen the trailer for the new what's the name? Houdini Halloween? Adam Sandler movie.
Yes.
Coming out on Netflix.
Yes. He's got to have some kind of deal with those guys. Let's face it, hating
everybody, all the original crew, all the suspects are in it.
They all there. They're all there.
Shaq's now a part of the crew.
Yeah, you almost don't recognize Kevin James because he's in full.
I didn't even know that was Kevin James.
Yeah, me neither. I was like, who is this guy?
Who is this dude?
I'm like, I don't know who this is. Like, he has a full beard and a mullet with sunglasses on. I'm like, who is this dude supposed to be?
I see towards the end it was him, but yeah, I mean it's star-studded as usual. Saturday Night Live, and it's represented very well.
Adam Sandler is
who plays Leon Phelps.
Meet me by the nacho cart.
That is one of my. I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say that has to be the greatest movie of all time. I know I could watch Deadpool a lot, but that movie had shaped. I shouldn't say this, but as a youngin, that movie had shaped my the way I talk to women back in the day.
Wait, somebody's knocking in the door. Hold on. What the heck?
You got a guess?
Who was this?
I don't know.
Who was it? It's Brandi Blocker. Hey!
Oh shit! Oh,
it's the Triangle's Brandi Blocker. How's it going, Brandi?
Hey, this is like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. You just have random guests just pop up out of nowhere.
I love it.
I'll bust out a train set later and some hand puppets.
Oh, okay. Hey, that sounds like a sensitivity meeting at HR.
Not safe for work hand puppets, but hand puppets nonetheless.
This was a surprise for you, Darius, because I told her, I said, don't say anything.
I was fucking.
He asked me to keep a secret, and I am the worst person with that.
Talk, like, and here's full disclosure. We just talked and I feel embarrassed because I talked about pumpkin nipples, and now I gotta see. I was hoping there's gonna be a buffer day in between, to let it settle. You can't say some weird shit, on Facebook Messenger, and then just see that person at.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm done with that person. You're shit. And I'm gonna be right in your face. Like, so what was that?
Hey, yeah. Remember you said the pumpkin nipples. How about now? How about those Braves?
He was like that. He's like, pumpkin titties, interesting, and I'm like, yeah.
Because I was. Full disclosure, I've been frequenting the Triangle podcast, and I've been loving it.
It's very entertaining. It's very entertaining.
It's very entertaining. If you guys aren't doing
it, thank you guys.
And I was like, I listened to it, and then I'm like, okay, this sounds. And I'm one of them people I try not to think how I think, so I'm listening to it, and then I see the video, and I see y'all faces, and I hear it together, and it's like, oh yeah, this that show, this that the sex angle, the news angle. And then the triangle.
The fact we had to move to sex was funny just because CJ and I always joke that sex sells, and it just does. And I'm like, it's crazy. Does. And y'all know how it works since y'all have your own. It is insane depending on the picture you use or the topic you talk about, how many pictures you get like that. versus when you guys really take your time, you're doing some real shit, and you're like, we're going to go through Arkham Asylum and really dissect this, and you get 2 views, right? And then you're talking about how you didn't like someone nutting in your mouth, and it's like 1,000 in 5 minutes. And it's like, why?
Not only that, but it's easier for women to sell these sex to men.
Well,
I can't pull cleavage out. I pull my balls out. That's gonna be a whole different HR.
That's a whole nother story.
If you
That's
put
a
your
whole nother
balls
story.
together like cleavage, maybe they'll.
Oh, see, I didn't think about that.
Thinking.
Then that's an 8 cup, and I don't know how many.
This is why we need her on the show as a permanent fixture. Let me tell you, everybody.
I don't want to steal her from the triangle.
No, we don't. We're not stealing.
I'm trying.
That's stealing. Come on,
We'll borrow you without giving you back.
It's called head hunting.
We'll borrow you without giving you back. We'll give you back on Tuesday through Wednesday.
Right.
I'm used to it. Just people renting me out.
Yeah,
well, see, from the last show you were on,
HR.
The last show you were on, you, as you said it, and we've loved the phrase ever so much. You've done less for more.
Yeah, that has been a catchphrase on our show for a while now.
I'm telling you, when I actually decide, you know what, I'm going to do an OnlyFans, I'm going to have a brothel, you have to get in that mindset that you have done way less expecting more. So just imagine what you can get. That's literally going to be like my supervillain speech if I decide to just get my own Legion of Doom going. And I'm like,
Legion of Doom.
I know we don't want to kill innocent people, but we've done more for less. So
yeah. So it's amazing. It's a great phrase. We were just talking about Adam Sandler. We were talking about the latest Adam Sandler trailer for Netflix. His newest Halloween. Halloween.
Someone sent me that. I didn't look at it yet, but someone sent it to me, and I was like, okay,
he's got the old crew back together.
It's like Waterboy for Halloween. He has that kind of voice.
It did have that Waterboy vibe, didn't it? The way
he sounded like the Waterboy, except for he might not been as afflicted,
gullible
as he was in the Waterboy.
Not afflicted.
As afflicted, you know what I mean? I don't want to say slow because
only black people. We say afflicted.
Afflicted. He's a little touched. He's a little touched in the head is the one I use.
Bless his heart. Bless his heart.
Oh yeah, the bless his heart.
The bless his heart. I didn't know was like a screw you, like he's slow as hell until I heard this old white lady. One day I was in Walmart, and it always happens at Walmart. This white lady was like, she got cut, and when we cut in front of her, she's like, "Oh, child, you don't know what you did." She's like, "Hey, man, I just want to get in here real quick." She's like, "You know what? Bless your heart, child. You have a good day." I was like, "Oh shit!" She just cussed her out in country, like that.
Telling you, some country folks definitely be like slipping in their shade. No qualms about it.
Yeah.
Golden Girl style. Golden Girl style. Oh
yes, my God. It is very Golden Girl. It's like, okay, Sophia, dang.
Did you? Speaking of which, they're redoing that with a black cast.
I heard this, and I've seen it before, but it was called Living Single.
Living Single.
Well, you saw Living Single, and you really saw Friends before Friends was Friends. So there wasn't really Golden Girls, but if we're going to do Golden Girls, Friends. I need
Jennifer Lewis
to be golden. And not like, this is kind of the bronze package. Yeah. These women are still fairly young. And
the Melanin girls.
The Melanin girls, right.
I need people.
Look, if you're going to do a Golden Girls and do an all-black cast, I need at least one of them to be Jennifer Lewis.
Come on now.
One of them got to be like,
and I can't see. Lewis, totally, she has to be Blanche.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's what you're right. That's what I would need. Jennifer Lewis.
I can't see her. Just because of how she is, especially on Blackish, I can't see her being anybody else. But speaking of Blackish, rumors going about now they're doing another ish show, and it's called Oldish, and it's dealing with Jennifer Lewis and Lawrence Fishburne's character. So
now, typically, I'm not into shows spinning off. But not gonna lie, I'm biased because when the cast is predominantly black, I'm like, do you keep doing that content out?
Bring the game.
Saturate it. I don't care.
We need it.
Yeah. The one with the little kids. They have kiddish, oldish. I don't fucking
care. Right. Mixed-ish, softish, whatever it is.
Grownish. They got grownish.
Yeah. So we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to talk more with Brandi Blocker, and we're going to be talking about pop culture and Lovecraft country.
Shorty just keeps on getting.
Lovecraft.
Reverend, I need to thank y'all because I have been telling people listening to what the shit is like being on page 75 of Pornhub.
And let's take a minute to just say how disappointing it is to be past.
Oh my God! I had to think
it's like when you're on page 172, you're like, what am I doing?
Why the hell am I here? Like, what am I doing?
I was joking with the dude. I was
happening.
like, you are on page 100. You are looking at you've been looking for 4 hours.
Listen,
for 15 minutes of
it's
work.
literally like it's like Netflix when you're looking for something and you're like, I know what I want. I know what I need.
Half an hour in, you can just say forget it.
And you're just like, and then you know it's bad, and you actually start watching it. And I'm like, I'm actually watching, judging, like, y'all, the house is messy. This acting's poor, and I'm like, I'm not into it. I'm not into it.
Wigs from Wish, you know, the whole nine.
Okay.
Monkey wrenches and tentacles. I'm like, what?
I know we only see the back of your head, but come on now. Jeez. You could at least hone that shit out.
Ashtray.
Well, we're coming back right now. Hey, welcome back, everybody. For my two hosts here, co-hosts here, I've been recording for the last about 2 minutes. So I'm like, I got some choice bits and nuggets in there.
You're welcome.
So I love it.
Yes,
I love it. Do anybody know what happened on this day in pop culture history?
No, but I'm sure you're gonna tell us.
I know, tell us, please.
On this day in pop culture history. Because it was September 11th, so it's kind of vague. But I can go back a little bit. 1992, NBC canceled all of the Saturday morning cartoons. That's right. In 1992.
That's worse than 9/11.
Yeah. In 1983, Inspector Gadget debuted on ABC. And and also in that same year, the animated G.I. Joe cartoon, based on the toys of the same name, debuted in syndication. And then in 2012, Apple unveiled the iPhone 5 and iOS 6.
I love that.
What year was that?
All the years.
That was 19. Oh, no, that was 2012.
You covered some ground.
And that was the year that everybody's face was glued to their phone from there on out.
You got it.
Crack that Apple sold.
Did we just take a moment to put out in the universe how awesome Inspector Gadget fucking was?
He doesn't get it.
I was like, Penny was that bitch, and I wanted to be her. I'm like,
what's the dog? Brain?
Yeah, Penny and Brain. They always pulled it off.
How is it not just Penny and Brain? You know what? That was my first example.
Can we say how dumb Inspector Gadget was? Because this motherfucker couldn't get a clue out of him.
I'm trying to figure out how he made Inspector.
I'm trying to figure out how he had a job. Literally just told y'all that was the first example you got of male white privilege is Inspector.
Yeah, right. This nigga couldn't solve nothing.
I'm like, you telling me nobody else in the whole department? There was
no have a black janitor back there who
you got your 10-year-old niece solving the crimes for you.
And she was in danger so many times. Like, when you look back at it, you're like, Penny could have died.
But she had a killer notebook.
And Brain in that daggone communicator collar.
Yeah, that show.
Why are most of the dogs insanely smart in most of these cartoons?
I'm not sure.
Maybe subconsciously that's what we really want, because they already call dogs like man's best friend. So maybe you really want someone who's not human, who's your bestie, to be super
We're talking about you, Shaggy.
And
Blue Falcon. I think your dog was just playing dumb.
Or who else was Crypto smart?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Crypto was smart.
Okay, I was like,
not only was he smart, but they made him cool as hell in the comics because they made him out like
they had a cartoon. He was cool.
Yeah.
The cartoon is what I remember, and I'm like, okay, this is cool.
Yeah,
But I never got into. I wasn't really sold on it, but I'm like, I'm not an animal person, so I'm kind of like, why are you here?
Yeah.
I'm like, unless
there's I can't remember what issue of Superman it was, but he. Like Clark said, Sick'em Boy, and like you literally was like, oh no, he got like a ghetto dog. The way he came out when he said Sick'em Boy, I'm like, oh, this is a ghetto dog.
He come out like throwing
he came out like he was a pit. I'm like, oh damn, this is not what you want.
Crossbeard, yeah.
We got a little bad news. Some more bad news. They canceled the Venture Brothers. Yeah.
Why?
That's what I want to know.
Talk to your people, Chris. Why? That show was insanely smart and funny. Why?
I think that's what it was.
They canceled the Venture Brothers. Yeah, they canceled the Venture Brothers, but HBO Max is rumored that HBO Max might be picking them up. So HBO Max, if you're doing it, do it now because you already grabbed the Boondocks. Go ahead and get the Venture Brothers. We're here for it.
Yeah, the Boondocks really, honestly, shouldn't have never went nowhere. I'm like,
it never should have.
Funny, smart. I hate the term, but I'm going to use it. Woke cartoons. We need that. We need that type of animation. I love it, and then honestly, it's easy for the youth to digest. But like you said, Deep, maybe that's why they took it off. Maybe that's the conspiracy theory behind it.
It's too real.
Yeah. I mean, they only want you to learn so much from your cat getting over the head with a waffle iron for so long before the next time be out here talking about, all right, my brother, the reason I chased the mouse is because I really want the cheese.
Let him know.
Ipso facto habeas corpus, Spike did it.
Spike always got in that ass, didn't he, though?
Yeah, Spike was a damn.
All he said was, don't touch
Spike
my boy.
Really was Ike Turner.
That's right. He's like, don't touch my boy.
He was like, don't touch my boy.
I'm never gonna not look at it like that way.
Why do you think they called him Spike? Because they really couldn't outright just call him Ike.
So they said Spike.
So it was Spike.
Smart.
He was known for whooping ass in the neighborhood, and
that's what Tina would say. Spike. Stop. It was stop, but it was
somehow, some way, it's hilarious. But then I still feel like, oh, it's too soon. Even though it's been like 40 years, I'm like, too soon. Tina's still going through.
You know what? Speaking of Tina Turner, Brandi, you put up a picture earlier today with Tina Turner that was in Mad Max Beyond the Thunderdome. Something's telling me, are you?
I want to. I don't really like to put my cosplays out there beforehand, but since conventions have been like shut down until whenever the fuck.
Shit, this year didn't exist as far as I'm concerned.
Let's try getting it from the record.
Yeah.
This year is definitely like my ex. It didn't exist.
Yeah, this is a leap year. It's a leap year anyway. This year.
Listen, but I wanted to do more cosplays where there are actual people that were in film or TV. So I kind of wanted to do my girl Kendra from Buffy because she was that bitch.
Ah, yes. Did not get enough shine. Did not get enough shine.
She didn't. I'm like, you could have carried that over because I ain't gonna lie. As much as I was obsessed with Faith, I'm like, you could have carried this with Faith and Kendra, but that's a whole nother story.
Well, she lasted like 3 episodes.
She got like 3. And then even how she, spoiler for those who didn't watch the show 15 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm like, the way they killed her off, it just, for a girl of color watching, I was already excited to see a small blonde girl who looked like she could just be raped and murdered in 2.5 seconds, kicking ass, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then when you start to see people that look like you, hair texture like you, you're like, all right, we in the fucking game. Oh, we're not 4 episodes?
Yeah, right.
Taking it out.
And it was a week. It was weak how it went down. I'm like, you mean the crazy bitch took her out? The crazy one.
The crazy. Damn. And then another weak moment, at least in my opinion, I'm like, you could have done more with Riley's little homeboy because I'm like, he was of color.
Yeah.
I'm like, we could have just had more.
They started making him, and they made him out to be such an asshole near the end.
Oh my God. Just like, you don't want to root for him. And I'm really sensitive to us not having characters that are multifaceted. So I want to have moments where I hate you. I want to have your moments of redemption the same way we give these other people those moments. It's like that too.
I'm just trying to live my life.
I'm fighting for my life.
My life, pretty much.
Calm down, Robert.
My favorite meme
again,
was when,
man.
They had R. Kelly. My favorite meme is when they had R. Kelly going off like that, and it was like when someone's hitting you with the draw 4s and the reverses.
Oh shit, yeah. That one. There was another one that was Monopoly. And the motherfucker landed on Boardwalk with like 4 hotels.
Yeah.
They had R. Kelly with like
Monopoly will destroy the whole. When they say game night, yeah, what we playing? Monopoly?
We don't play Monopoly.
Nope.
See, Monopoly is off limits because, one, don't nobody know the damn rules. Everybody got more money than they should have.
Somebody always pocketed a couple of dollars.
Somebody always got some property under their hand.
Or
4
money.
hotels they didn't earn. Like, this shit's just...
Y'all was playing Hood Monopoly. We followed
I grew up in the hood.
Yeah.
Well, we followed rules.
Our cashier couldn't count the past 10, so we didn't know what we was getting, if it was right or not.
Y'all had to go by the colors. Like, I think the yellow.
Yeah, I get 4 5s.
You get 4 yellows, 2 greens.
2 blues. How the hell I keep ended up in jail?
Whites,
wait a minute.
6 pinks.
So how did you buy Boardwalk? Because you don't even know how much money you have.
You get more money than I do.
And the banker don't know neither. So hell, I could have got it for $2 or I could have got it for $200.
Way too competitive for that shit because I would be like, we're pausing the game. So I'm one of those bitches that's like, we freeze this board and we coming back to this shit.
Oh,
because I'm like,
I had one of them people. We had that motherfucker on pause for a week, my guy. We came back a week later. She's like, everybody back in your same seats. Wear what you had to say that day. But no, she wanted us to wear what we had on.
Like, oh, we gonna continue this the way it was intended.
She wanted a real pause.
Now, are you guys, and we have to meet up sometime too, but are you guys like, that competitive with gaming? Because
I am with video games. Like, I don't like losing.
Yeah, video gaming for me, yeah.
I'm just competitive, period. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I just don't like losing, especially when I know
I mean, can I handle if I take a loss? Yeah, I can handle it.
I try with grace.
But if you keep trying to roll it in my face, that Aries wake up. That Aries wake up. I'm like, all right, nigga, now wait. Now.
Right. I feel like at this point we got to throw hands because I noticed this when I had my son, who's 13 next month, by the way. I still can't believe I kept him alive this long.
So, that's what you say about a gerbil, not a kid. I don't think you can't believe this hamster lasted this long.
I can't. Yeah, I look at him every day like, wow, we still here, huh? We done made it. But I realized how competitive I was because when we would play games, he's like 2 or 3. I'm like, Mommy doesn't play games just to play them. We play to win.
Okay, see, now you sound like
do this whole play just to play. I don't believe in the whole participation award. I don't know.
I'm not helping nobody win.
You're not first, you're last. So I'm like, we're gonna be raising you under the prophet Ricky Bobby.
Yeah. If you're not first, you're last.
But then I created a
Get in the car with the cougar. Face your fear.
Pretty much.
Just go fast.
Go fast. I'm going fast.
I feel you on that because I'm not the real teacher type when it comes to playing video games because I'm not teaching nobody to whip my ass. I'm sorry. I'm not teaching my replacement. There's no way in here.
You're like, oh, what do I press? Oh, I'm sorry.
All of them.
We're a PlayStation family.
That happened with my son. That happened with my only son, and we were playing Tekken. And,
hell no.
And I had just got it for Christmas, and it was my game, so I was already into it and winning. He like, Dad, can I play? I'm like, come on, let's play. He playing it. All of a sudden, he started whooping my ass. I said, hold on.
But
this game just came out, and you ain't went nowhere.
Hold mashers. That's what that was.
I'm like, hold on.
It wasn't, and that's what I try to tell my kids. I'm like, it ain't skill that you winning. I don't play fighting games with kids because all they do is mash buttons. They just hit everything and get some kind of 15-hit combo, and you up here hitting real combo buttons again, like 2 hits, and then whooping your ass.
Somehow they blocking.
Look, I'm better than you. No, you just hitting all buttons. I can do that too. What the f is you saying?
Or they hit you with the same move in the corner the whole time.
Oh, yeah, that too.
That's what you just sit there, just put the game, just put the control down, and just be discussed. Just go and finish it off. Just finish it off.
I'm thinking, if you can't beat the computer with that shit, because depending on what game you play, the computer's done with your ass in like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So if you can't beat the computer with that move, don't try me with that.
Yeah.
So there's some competitive nature when it comes to gaming. I think it's just an inherent thing.
The era I grew up in.
That's what we do.
I grew up playing against gamblers, and you know what I'm saying?
You gotta say that because the fact that my dad's like, let's do bonding time. I'm gonna teach you how to play blackjack and other shit. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm 8. Why do I need to learn this?
Look,
survival.
My mother's birthday is on September 11th. We were just at her house yesterday, and my stepdad threw a party for her, and he had all his people. He had both his brothers down there, his sister, and his niece. And before I knew it, here come the card table. I'm like, oh hell.
Stage are packed.
I looked at my mom. I'm like, well, Ma, I got to get up in the morning anyway. Yeah, they gonna be up all night.
When black people break out a card table, it's either dominoes,
dominoes.
Yep. I would tell you.
Dominoes, I'm like, I'm out.
I can't do it.
When I stayed down
I don't
in
have
Akron,
the patience.
We actually stayed a block over from them, and I was off the next day, and I get a call at like 7:30 in the morning. I'm like, what's wrong? He's like, nothing. I need you to run to the store. Well, this is my stepdad. I'm like, you need me to run to the store? He's like, yeah, I got the money. Come around the corner. So I come around the corner.
They've been up all night long.
I'm like, what you need me to? I look, I'm like, he there, my uncle there.
That game started at 7 p.m.
Yeah, it's 7 in the morning. It was like, what you need me to get? Some coffee and get some sugar.
No dough.
I'm like, damn.
They took that 5-hour energy and ran.
Red Bull.
I'm like, y'all was up all night. He was like, yeah. I'm
they
like,
gotta
where
be to work
mine?
at 10. So
Right.
Oh yeah, because they still end up calling off. They'll go to
yeah,
work.
ain't nobody calling
One
off.
thing about that generation, they gonna go to work. They gonna go to church. It don't matter if they had.
They
Yeah.
been at the club till
They
3.
going.
Left somebody's house at 7. Took a quick shower at 7:15 and was at work at 7:30.
And was done.
And never
And see,
been to sleep.
that's what happened yesterday. His best friend, which is like my uncle, he was in his hospital uniform. So I'm thinking he got off work.
No, he's on his way. He got to go to work in the
He
morning.
done got a
just being
plane. He
prepared.
done piled around. He's like, it's 6:45. He's like, well, I got to get up out of here. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, I got to go to work. I'm like, whoa, wait.
Hey, what?
Yeah.
So,
That sounds about right.
Yeah, I'm like, my man. I'm like, oh my god.
That's dedication to friendship. And
Not
we
that
don't have that.
dedication.
They don't have that like they used to
That's
do, man.
toxic.
I was too done. I was just like, damn, I remember I could try that stunt and go out, hang out at the club, and knowing I got
That for
Now-
me was about
Wait a
10
minute.
years ago.
I don't think I ever asked y'all. How old are you guys?
I'm 44.
Okay, I know that's right. Black don't crack. Well, how old are
Hey,
you?
36.
Okay, so we're all like the same age.
yeah.
So
I just
yeah,
look young because I gave people crap back in the day.
I just
remember
make it
thinking
look
30
good.
and 40
Yeah.
was cool. And then now that we're in our 30s and 40s, I'm like, this is not
Oh
old.
my God.
Yeah, I was in my
When I was
20s
younger,
doing
I
that
was like,
stunt.
man, there was a lot of things I wasn't going to do. I was like, yeah, when I turned this age, I ain't going to do that. Yeah, I turned that age and I did all that shit. I was like, yeah, I'm going to slow my ass down. I did a lot of trash back in the day. And I want to leave that behind me. So
There's nothing like going out the night before with everybody, and then all of you show up to work the next day, but all y'all look like shit. You know?
no, it wasn't even that. It was just going out and then seeing people I had messed with like a week later after I had kind of ghosted them before that was a real term. I wasn't shit. I was in the ain't shit young ass nigga. I'm sorry.
The last time I'm on
My
this,
nickname is Ghost. They came up with that term because of me. I'm not proud of it. Okay.
but we're gonna have to have a whole episode where we're like,
Oh yeah.
tell me why the fuck you do that shit. Because
Yeah, I mean, when I wasn't proud of it, I still ain't to this day. I'm one of the people. I know how to. It's like CJ. What CJ said. Back in my day, I know how to differentiate, sex and emotions. And if I felt like that person was getting the emotion part, and I knew we wasn't there,
yeah,
I gotta kind of Casper my way out and
not
just,
Casper.
just float on out.
No, you don't get to say Casper because Casper was a friendly ghost.
Okay, well,
Just
take me
something
to my
like
way
friendly.
on out of there.
You were acting like his brother.
The ghosts from
shit.
Ghosts, okay? Them little demons that come out the shadows and them. However they did that shit, that's how I did. I got
Oh
the
my
fuck out.
god.
Only because I knew I'm not trying to lead nobody on. If I tell you up front, like, hey, this is what it is. When we together, when we not, it is what it is. That's cool.
I can't even be mad at him saying that because I literally said that shit. And when I said it before, I was like, this sounds like the most like fuck
Man, shit, yeah. It is.
Ever.
Okay.
Wait, hold on.
It was.
That right there is a phrase I have fuck boy pimp shit ever.
It
That's
does.
that's right. I don't know
was.
how that fits in the same pocket,
It is.
but it does.
It literally did one of these moments and it merged.
Yeah.
And it became something.
It did
It was a Goku fusion.
There you go. I was about to
fusion dance.
the Goten and Trunks fusion.
Sometimes you
That's what
don't
it
realize,
was.
wow, that it sounds bad until you use it.
It
Especially
sounds
if
horrible
you say
until you do
something and it happens organically. And then I remember talking to the guy and I was like, that just sounded like some real fuckboy pimp shit. And he was like, it really did. And I was like, but I meant it though. So,
Yeah.
so are we still seeing each other or?
Oh man,
When we are. I don't know. I mean, but it was just.
Still.
that's
But
how it
people
is.
don't, it's very rare you run into that where you got somebody on the same page, especially now that I'm trying to date because I was married too young and I was just never really dated. So like I told you guys before, now I'm trying to date. It's just weird because I'm just being so, like we discussed, very Anyanka, and it's it's not hitting for some people. And what
They
makes
want
it
more,
worse
and
is I don't see the problem with it.
And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because as the female, you're not supposed to be that way. It's supposed to be the guy that way. So when the guy find a female that way, he not believing it's true. Like, no, she don't just want to hit it
it's
and quit it
guys
and
like
leave.
us,
That can't be true.
where we're just like, it's funny because we're just like, oh,
Okay. I'm with
Okay.
that.
Yeah, you guys are like,
Use
I'm
me
like,
and
my
run.
bros are like, this makes sense. They're kind of like, they be trying to act like they're cool with it, and then it'd be like 4 weeks in, and they're kind of like,
so where are we?
Yeah.
What are we doing? If you don't sit your old sensitive ass down somewhere, grab some Pornhub and a motherfucking t-shirt.
Yeah, I'm like, we talked about this and you agreed. I'm trying to figure this out. Like,
you signed the contract, my nigga. You knew what was up.
Listen, I feel that. I'm like, I sang a whole song like Ursula. I read you the contract. You signed that shit.
You signed it, and that's it. Don't act surprised now. I didn't force you.
I literally, terms and conditions. I put it out
told
there.
you I just wanted some action every now and then in the first place. I wasn't trying to wife you, my nigga. Chill out.
It's the weirdest thing. And then
he like clutching his pearls like, oh my God, I feel for you. Where is this going? I just want to know. Oh, Dawson Creek shit. Like,
man, and then when you're really feeling yourself, I be on some dumb shit where I'm like, can't you just enjoy my like great eye contact and conversation? Like,
why don't you enjoy what we? I like what
I really,
right
I
now.
promise you, I turn into every guy I hate in those moments where I'm just like, can we just live in this moment? Can we?
Why can't we just enjoy the non-relationship we having right now?
She's what Brandi is doing is she's going by the Wolverine code. Where he just lives in the moment. The man's been around.
It's very
he just
Wolverine.
lives in the moment.
It's very future. I'm just like, this.
You belong to the streets. My guy, you belong to the streets. You got your emotions on your sleeve, man. I ain't with this.
Hey,
so everybody, for people slide in there a little bit, roll your boxers down, throw them on the floor.
Not roll your boxers
down. For those who are listening, this is still Blurred's Eye View. We just have the Triangles Brandi Blocker on as a guest, and we are having a blast.
As a man, Kevin Hart was right. That is annoying.
It.
I'm sorry. Don't roll your shit. Don't roll no man's boxes down and ball them bitches up and throw him in the corner and throw him. Don't do that. Let me. That makes.
And then have him sitting there like Eddie Murphy and Boomerang.
Hey, he got his whole robe.
Like, why are you here?
So
don't you have somewhere to be?
Where do you see this going?
Like, where's my robe?
No, I'm serious. People do. It's really. I think it's a energy reversal. So I guess I know I carry some like masculine alpha energy. If I come across somebody and they're not used to that, I'm really like, I'm not playing. Like when this is me, and I think that's why we all fuck with each other. Like this is me on and off the court. When people follow me on Facebook and IG and then they meet me in real life, if I am dating them, I think they're thrown off because they think,
I swear I look
they
forward
think I just
to
post that shit. But I'm like,
I look forward to every post you put because I'm like, this day is fucked up. And then I see something Brandi, I'm like, okay, and then I'm fine again. I'm like, I'm okay now.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm a neighborhood meme dealer, so I'm like, I have a lot on my shoulders. So I'm like, I'm really this person, but I think a lot of people out there just ain't used to dating people with personalities, especially those of us that are blurs. And then it makes it harder for us because I think all of us are highly intelligent. I'm going to give us that.
Oh, yeah.
So when you operate in that headspace, it's very easy to find people boring and dumb. Very easy. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying.
No,
it does. Or awkward.
No.
Like people like, they can't hold a conversation. I can hold a conversation. I just don't want to. Like I'm not a small talk kind of person. I don't really like small talk, the whole idea of, hey, how's your day?
Oh yeah, I'm like that. Like when I start hearing
what are you into?
I literally like in my brain and then I'm just like,
what are some of your interests?
Oh my God, yes. Wrap it up, beat. Wrap it up.
You trying to get somewhere with this because
like, where are we?
I didn't actually have anything to do
5 years?
but just
like,
sucking
no,
me dry.
I don't even know where we at in 5 minutes. Like, if we're not doing this, can we?
And the next conversation, you could literally text. I'm like, I'm in front of you, and I want to know real shit. Like, hey, so let's say if you had the Infinity Gauntlet, would you also snap niggas out of existence? Because as I get older and jaded, I totally understand Thanos makes so much sense.
I
need to know where you stand on world hunger.
I actually said that. I sat back and said to myself, say what you want about Thanos, but he just tried to do it the most humane way possible.
And now 2020 is doing it the other way.
He had a legitimate plan. He had a crew. He assigned everything properly. Like management wise, he was an excellent manager.
Yeah.
That's the boss I work for.
Yeah,
I would
it was just what it was.
He had a 401k plan. I mean, it was shitty at first.
Most managers
once
don't
you
like
got rid of
this.
half the world, your stocks went up. Like your money was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Like
He's seen what his world was going through. He was like, that's not going to happen on my watch. I might have to do some things that I don't want to do.
I blame the Avengers. Self-righteous bastards.
Totally their fault. I'm like, see, and he would have got away with it too if it wasn't for you.
Wasn't for you meddling motherfuckers.
I'm like, God damn. So I think being an adult is understanding that these villains were never really wrong. No. I really can't think of a lot of villains where I'm like, man, Dr. Doom was tripping. Were you though?
Yeah, Joker. I can relate with the Joker.
He was like, look,
burning
the people in my country are happy.
I like burning bridges.
I don't want you here. I don't want you coming in with your BS and tearing it all up.
Makes so much sense. Magneto makes so much. I'm like, how could you not empathize with that? How could you not want to be on this team?
Exactly. Joker was a good boss. People got him mixed up. He wanted to make people laugh. He wanted people to have fun and smile.
Unless your name is Bob.
Or Batman. Fuck those guys.
Bob or Batman.
I'm just saying, like, Joker had a good plan. He wanted to bring laughter to the world. I can relate with that.
No, we're gonna scale back just a little bit. Only because no matter how many different variations you're looking at, whether it's animated, whether it's Frank Miller, whoever, right? There's just this air of chaos with him, and I need controlled chaos.
Yeah.
Thanos gives me controlled chaos.
I like uncontrolled chaos.
He wasn't coming to Earth. He wasn't coming to Earth to wipe it out. It's just he was trying to help. And
that was a plan. Now it may not.
He was just trying to help, and the Avengers got in the way. Mind you, look what happened on Endgame. The whales came back in the harbor. Plants was thriving.
People were going out on dates.
People, yeah.
It was literally quarantine.
It was quarantine because if you remember this year when we had to go into lockdown, when we went in lockdown, stuff started happening.
Back, trees started growing.
They talked about the smog in LA cleared.
Yeah, the smog was clearing.
In Venice were like clear, and just like weird.
I'm like, well, damn, maybe we need to shut down for like 2 months every year.
I thought about that too, and some people were kind of like, but I'm like, but look at what the environment. It's literally fucking fungally outside.
Yeah.
I think even wildfires stopped for a minute. Like, that's crazy.
It was like, because you didn't have anybody.
We're allowed back out. Here we go. It's the boy.
Wildfires.
Yeah, right. I was going to say, like, you don't have any baby
trees.
reveals going on. So, whatever.
That is the corniest shit ever. How did we get to that point in society where we're like, not only do you need to know that who I'm with and that I'm pregnant, but here's the reveal of the gender. Who fucking cares?
I want to know. I want to see the aftermath of that particular moment when they realized, oh, shit. We fucked up.
Well,
I would love to see that as well.
I want to know what happened. And you know
whoever was.
That's the gender reveal I want to see.
Yeah, and
surprise, baby, the black baby is black. Oh shit! Oh fuck!
We burned like over 700 acres.
You open the balloon and there's a brown balloon inside of it, like
not pop it and it's a brown balloon. It's like I hooked up with Devontae. Sorry.
All right, the black mailman was over here giving me the milk.
Now, and also at that party that there was some people who went home and didn't say anything, and then when they seen that
I know I
I'm like, I wasn't there.
I would take down everything from Instagram.
CSI come knocking on your door.
All right. No. Start deleting that stuff out the phone, and then go to the toilet and wipe that clean.
At your house.
Just wipe it clean.
It's so dumb. I miss people being private.
But here's what I think, Chris, because you just gave me an idea. Because you wiping your computer. Think about this for a second, because I done watched a lot of SVU. You ever see how they come in your house and start taking your computer out? Look like you got child porn. Can you imagine you done deleted all the fire pictures of now the neighbors across the street looking at them take all your computers out your house, like you been looking at all this child porn. Imagine talking to your neighbors the next morning out getting the mail. Hey, Bob, how's it going, Steve? Oh, the computer thing. Yeah, I deleted some wildfire pictures and yeah, you know how that goes. Yeah. We all deleted some risky pictures back in our time.
Am I right?
Porn.
You just leave. I wouldn't even leave the house.
It wasn't what you think. It wasn't child porn. I mean, geez, I'm not that kind of an
But
animal.
even saying,
but then they start looking at you weird anyway.
Yeah, I'm like, because you can't say stuff like it wasn't child porn. Because then I'm thinking.
Now you're thinking like maybe it was.
Maybe it was.
It's
Why
literally
else
the
would they
same
be
effect
taking your computer? You know,
when like a woman says like I'm not crazy, and I'm like even saying it, you sound.
Yeah, see that makes me think you're
it
crazy.
gives you it makes you raise an eyebrow, literally.
Yeah,
like,
you're like, oh yeah, sure, and it's like I sound guilty as fuck. I might as well not.
If you have to tell me what you're not, I know you are. I'm not racist. Sure you're not.
yeah.
Sure
Yeah.
you're not. That's
think
why you
about
feel
it.
the
I'm
need
like-
to tell me you have one black friend.
Oh God, you know how many times I've heard that, and I just wanted to punch the person dead in the mouth.
But
I've
here's
been
the,
that black friend.
No, but here's the tea. I was just going to say, D. Here's the real tea. We're those perfect black people.
Yeah.
To them folks. We're the safe ones. So we're the black friend they're talking about.
I don't know if I'm safe. I just know I'm big and black.
No, honey.
Black people
You're
try me,
safe.
so that's all that was.
I'm more than sure you know how to move in a room full of vultures. Shout out to JC.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
How to hang around.
Yeah.
You know how to hang around anybody.
I'm butting up real quick and come Bob from account like, hey, how you doing? Today we're going to learn about sex. Yeah, so, you know, I eat beans and tacos.
It's very much that
Beans
kind
and
of like
tacos.
double Asian thing.
That's gonna be for an eventful
yeah.
night.
It's
you know
hard with a lot of mucilex. See, I had
Oh,
fiber
jeez.
that night.
Have you guys actually like changed a little bit who you're hanging around with everything going on right now? I know some people have gotten very, very pro-black. Carried over.
I don't like people evenly, so I'm a bigot. I'm not racist. I just don't like all races equally. Like I don't really like people that much. Like,
I don't mind.
Contrary to how my personality seems, I'm a hermit. Like I'm at home or at work. Like I don't.
Oh no, I saw your IG. You're a hermit.
I don't mind people. But I got a low tolerance for bullshit. So
okay, I'll say that then. I like people. I like certain people. I like all races. With everything going on.
It only takes me one time, and I'm like, you know what?
Listen, one time.
You on my shit list now. Thank you very much.
You get one chance.
Yeah.
Some people get half
No, it
a
wasn't
chance.
like that. Yeah, but it will be the next time. So I'll see you.
You
on the
came
other side
too
of the
close
creek.
to saying nigger.
Yeah.
Cool.
You
I know what you were
because-
trying to say.
especially, not the hard R, right?
Trigger and nigger aren't that close, my friend.
Right.
It's not.
No, it's not like that. I sing the song all the time, and that's the problem.
Listen,
I have a black girlfriend.
Yes,
That's
can't
the
be
other
all
one.
there.
That's the
I ain't
other
gonna
one.
lie, I'm even careful with that too, because some people that I know, because I'm very like
Let me ask you this.
pro-black, but I'm also trying to expand that into my circles because of how I grew up in and out of the country. I've always had different ethnicities around me, but then when I got back to the States, I realized unless you're in a bigger city, it's very hard to have a friend that's Korean and this and that,
Right.
like it was living in Japan. But then I realized probably like a year and a half ago, I'm like, I'm tired of being the only chocolate chip in the cookie, depending on where I go. And I do realize.
Oh, that's a great analogy. Damn.
It is. I'm like, I realize because of some of the stuff I like, I'm not expecting to see a plethora of black people at WizardCon Cleveland because it's not BlurredCon. So I get that. Some of the stuff I like, they do be calling that white people shit. But I'm also like, I'm not going to keep being in places where I'm outnumbered and I feel weird. And I'm trying to stay away from that now.
Yeah.
And trying to be more around people that are like me.
And that's the beauty of like a podcast like this and then a circle like this, because like, what was it, 10 years ago maybe, that's when I started realizing, I'm like, oh, good, I don't feel so bad, because there's a lot more of us in that pop culture field that I didn't, that was a door opener. Like when I started seeing a lot of, like I had to look at my son, I'm like, why didn't you tell me there was so many black people in anime? He was like, Dad, I watch it all the time. I said, yeah, but I thought that was just you. I didn't know.
You know,
more of
the
us?
community. But a lot of us are end up shamed within our community because, again, when I first started coming, it shouldn't have been like a coming out, but for some people,
But that's what it becomes.
It feels like that to them. So they're like, well, I didn't know you were into A, B, and C. And I'm like, I literally spent all middle school and high school like obsessing about these things in my room. So I don't know. I don't know how to get you into that world unless you're already in it. And when you're trying to talk to somebody about your favorite fantasy book or how you're obsessed with, like, I was obsessed with Animorphs and Goosebumps. You couldn't tell me shit.
Oh, shit.
Oh my God. What? You're like, oh, let's read Babysitter's Club. I'm like, or we can say cheese and die. We can get into this book. So it was rough trying to, especially if
that
you're
was the
around
best
girls
one,
that are
though.
girly girls.
Let's not say
it's a hard sell.
Let's not gloss over. Let's say Cheese and Die wasn't the best. Wasn't the best book.
It wasn't. But what we not gonna do? Is talk bad on anything, or else that's what we not.
Oh no, I love that. Well, I'm saying that was the best. That was the best book. Say Cheese and Die was the first one I read.
It was.
That had to be my favorite one.
They had one. I gotta look it up because I remember running home after a Scholastic book fair because I had like $20.
That's all it takes. You was balling with $20.
Back in the day, you bring $20. You was the man.
I was ready.
I want this poster. I want these 3 books.
I want
that little radio over there.
And a poster.
Give me all the bookmarks you got.
Bookmarks.
I want every bookmark.
I
was passing out bookmarks to girls back in the day.
No, so you started
pimping them.
That's his origin story.
That was the Bachelor. I was handing out bookmarks.
Oh my god, that's his fuckboy origin story. All the that's your comic book story. Your origin story is passing out bookmarks, and then your arch nemesis is gonna be some girl who didn't get no bookmark, but she remembered your ass.
Threw me in a bad acid, and here I am, a superhero, bookmark man.
But one of the best books he put out was when they started doing those chapters that you could jump.
Choose your own adventure.
Staying up all
they
night.
Don't do those enough anymore. And you know what?
Those.
That's why when Netflix did that Black Mirror movie, Bandersnatch,
and you could choose your own.
You could choose your own. I was like, damn.
And fun fact, years ago, like the 3rd or 4th Final Destination also let you have that option on DVD, and you could choose a path. And then what made it funny is because I went back through to do both because I'm that person. Either way, motherfuckers was dying. So
you just prolonged it. You just shifted it another way. That's all.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, you got ran over by this train, or you literally had staples through your forehead. I'm like, sorry, I tried.
I take those staples.
I'm gonna get that train. If I can get that impact and then you're gone versus doop, doop, doop.
Yeah. Well, it depends.
Yeah, well, it depends on how deep them staples go, because
it's deep enough to kill you.
Oh, never mind. I'm taking the train. I didn't know I was dying with the staples.
No, Final Destination. How many?
Oh, Final Destination. I thought you meant Final Fantasy. I don't know where I was at. My bad.
No. Who had a staple gun in Final Fantasy?
I don't know. Who had a staple gun? And then he had one in the back pocket just in case he keep one on the hip. You never know when a good staple party might pop out. You know?
I will say this about Final Destination that, I was just like, are they ever going to stop making them? And then when they did that final one and it was actually a circle and they were like, death is a circle. And I'm like, that was fucking cool. All right, I'll take that. I would swallow that one.
Yeah, they did something for once, good for once.
I felt that way about some of the Saw films. I was like, when you bring back certain characters, I'm like, I'll buy it enough. When you kind of make stuff, oh shit, he's not really dead. Okay.
Yeah, I stopped watching it like the first 2. That shit got monotonous too.
It literally, it's one of those franchises where
is the cop doing it? Like, who's doing it? Like,
it was death, and it was just basically saying death is a circle. It just
I meant like Saw. That I know. Final Destination. That was cool.
Saw. Saw fell off the rails after 2.
That's what I'm saying. I stopped
2
watching
was
after 2.
So good and underrated.
Yeah.
And then
after 2, it fell off.
When old boy cut his number from his neck, I still remember that shit. I'm like, oh my god, this.
Because like when they first, because it started it off saying, oh, it's a jigsaw killer because a piece of flesh was cut out of their body that looked like a puzzle piece, and they never really brought it back to that. No, it just turned into torture porn after that.
But you know what the gangster part of all that series was the first one where old dude really cut his leg off and went home to his wife.
Yeah.
Like he was like, you know what? That ass is so good. I'm gonna lose this leg tonight. She's cooking pancakes too. I can't miss that.
And he just shows up and doesn't go to the hospital. He just shows up just like he is.
He shows up one arm off. Well, babe, where's your arm? I don't know. Pass the fucking pancakes. It's been that kind of day.
Run me the syrup. I don't care.
Syrup. Crazy day, guys.
They really did. They dropped that after the second one. I was like, where is this going?
Oh yeah, the one with Megan Good was awful.
Yeah.
It just got bad.
I mean, Joss Whedon even said it. He said this was part of the reason why he wrote Cabin in the Woods, or helped co-write Cabin in the Woods, which is such a good movie. He said, you have all these films out now that's just strictly torture porn. Let's just see how
pretty much what
far we can push it. Cabin in the Woods was like, We're gonna go back to basics, and we're gonna have a little fun with it.
Which I feel like works for American horror stories. Now, if you want to just do gore just for the case of gore, I know a lot of the Korean and Japanese films do it better than anyone else. So when we're talking horror films, really ain't nobody touching their shit.
They go to a level. They go to a whole mental level. You're just
like the Train on Busan with all that blood was getting split.
Oh God, it was so good. I cried twice. I wasn't expecting it. And I think at that time, I probably had coronavirus before it, like, came here. I think
a lot of people did, and we just didn't know it.
I was sick as fuck in December, and I remember laying on the couch, and I just want to watch a movie to take my mind off it, and my son goes, so you're watching these people die from this virus, and you're very sick on the couch. And I was throwing up and everything. It was bad. And I was like, this movie is just calming me down for some reason. So I was like, let me watch the zombie apocalypse over and over again. I'll never get tired of zombie films, by the way.
Speaking of zombies, 2021 is going to be the final season for Walking Dead.
Praise God.
Yeah. But
you guys still watch?
I stopped after Rick.
I stopped after the first episode. Unquote.
Yeah, after that.
After what?
He stopped after the first episode.
First episode.
Bro, no.
I seen dude come out the hospital. I was like, yep, you know what? This ain't for me.
No, the first 4 or 5 seasons were so good to me.
Yeah.
They lost their way a little bit with the governor, in my opinion.
Because wasn't that the season where they kind of all got split up?
It was really weird because they didn't do it right. I'm like, but when they all got back up to Alexandria, that's when the shit started getting bombed again. When they went to, what was that place that started with a T, I think?
You talking about Hilltop? You talking about Hilltop?
No. Was it Terminus?
Terminus.
That could have been longer.
Yeah. Because it got short. It was really short.
No, that should have been longer because that's when Rick finally stopped being a fucking pussy and was I'm about this.
Matter of fact, Terminus, that's when Carol came back. Carol came back bomb as hell.
She sure did. That wasn't Carol Baskin's baby.
It wasn't. She came back. Look, when you're talking about Darius, I'm talking about when you have the entire cast on their knees, bound behind their back, and their heads getting ready to get shot.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Carol had left a season before. She just kind of went off on her own, and she showed. And all you know is a tanker explodes, and you don't know why. And it turns out it was Carol because she was watching them. I'm like, she came in with the heat.
Coming in hot. Even when they would have side conversations, and Carol was about what I feel like you should be about in any apocalypse. Like, we need to kill somebody.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care what you talk. I might have to pull a Negan and off rip, kill about 2 or 3 people to let you know I'm not fucking playing.
Yeah.
And then we go from there. I feel like you have to just set a standard.
I will say this, Carol don't need any
sometimes
kids.
you just got to kill somebody to set a moment.
I will say this, Carol does not need any kids. She does not have luck with kids.
Shut up. No,
I'm just like,
she did the right thing in that moment, though.
That little girl was nuts.
What other choice did you have? You had no choice.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. But Carol just has
bad. Make that decision, though.
Yeah, but Carol just has a bad. Yeah, Carol just has a bad run with kids. I'm just like, damn, you can't have any kids. Like,
now I will say I kind of like him. I maybe almost gave up season 2 because I was like, y'all know this bitch is dead, right? When they was looking for her, it's like, so we looking for Sophia for the whole season, all for Shane to be right. Because she's dead.
She was in the damn barn. We're dead already.
Dead.
When she came out of there, I'm like, damn.
I was pissed. I'm like, well, light her ass up.
They couldn't do it.
You talking about a fuck you moment, man.
It really was. He was like, y'all took us on a journey for no reason. And then the little boy that played on the lead on Everybody Hates Chris, when his character Noah was on there.
Yeah, he had this whole happy story.
That was
he had a happy story. When we get out of this and this, and got trapped on purpose in a little doorway, and they
sacrificed himself.
And the dude left him there.
And literally didn't really sacrifice himself because he was trying to help somebody else. Yeah. And then the asshole was supposed to help him out.
Yeah, and left him there in a little turnstile. And he literally got his face just tore. I'm like, that's it.
His chest was torn open. And I'm thinking, what? Why are zombies so OP? Like, what the fuck is going on?
Steroids.
I'm like, it's crazy because it's easy to smash your head, yet you are strong enough to tear into flesh with your bare hands.
To tear, because I can't do that right now. I can't
Right.
tear my titty off right now. I can't. I literally can't.
And speaking of Carol, they for some reason are making another spinoff, which is, in my opinion, too little, too late. They're doing a spinoff with Carol and Daryl.
So Daryl's still alive. All right.
Daryl's still alive. Carol's obviously still alive. Rick is quote unquote dead.
I'm not
he's
okay
really
with
dead.
a show like this having this much plot armor around certain characters. In my opinion, Daryl should have had a respectable death a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
A while ago. He was a fan favorite.
He should have went out.
He should have
in
went
glory.
He should have. I will say maybe like the same season or the next season after Glenn died, he should have been gone.
Yeah.
Because you're to have us digest new characters and have new attachments instead of being like, oh, this character is my favorite and just ride with them 12 seasons. I'm not gonna do that. And they fucked up royally when they got rid of my boy Carl, who went from being annoying to the best thing about. First of all, when you have a kid that goes from I want this kid to die to you,
he's the shit.
Carl was the shit, and I wanted. Carl,
and you know what's funny?
I did.
What's funny is,
that
was the worst thing when he had to take his own mom out after helping her deliver his sister.
It was bad, but Carl was still annoying at that time. So I'm looking at Rick like, well, your wife's already dead. You could pop your kid as well, and then just go through the apocalypse without your kids.
Yeah,
it's one less thing holding you back.
But
Carl didn't want to kill nobody at that time, and then after he started killing people, and then he got shot in the eye. What?
Yeah, got shot in the eye.
Came back a gangster with the patch. Yeah, was good
with the hat. The hat with his daddy's hat. With his daddy's hat. But then when he messed around there and got caught up, they didn't show it. It was like an off-camera thing. He got caught up, and then he ended up getting infected, and he had to take himself out.
He died in the worst way, and it's one thing.
And the worst. I think what made it worse is, Michonne and Rick were on the porch, like they had their final words with him.
Now I've seen,
and they went on the porch, and you hear the pop, and you see Rick, and it's just like, fuck.
It was awful.
You know, so.
I did like Michonne though. I did see.
Yeah.
I can't lie and say I did never watch. I just watched bits and pieces.
Michonne was a beast, but see, I knew Denai Guerra, who I love. I love that woman. She is gorgeous.
See, I didn't know that was her till after they said something. Because
no,
she's badass in that.
No, she is bad, and I knew after Black Panther, I'm like, she ain't gonna be on that show long.
Oh no.
And I was right. They said this was her last season. They were going to try to peter her out. They didn't kill her off. They were just going to peter her out. And I'm like, I knew it was happening. I knew it was going to happen. Like,
as you should.
I'm like, look how much she got big quick. And I'm like, oh, she ain't going to stay on there.
And a $1 billion film and franchise, because I'm pretty sure they'll figure this out beyond what unfortunately happened with Chadwick. So it's kind of like, she deserves it. She deserves bigger and better roles. And honestly, y'all are writing characters in fucking circles on this show. I would rather just finish through with the graphic novel than watch. Yeah,
because it's done. The book is done. Like, they're done. Like, so they ended it last year. And I'm like,
you can tell when someone is just trying to ride that wave of, oh, we were hot. Yeah, 7 years ago.
Yeah, but you keep reading, and like just like we were talking about with Blackish, you making a spinoff of a spinoff of a spinoff, and I'm like, okay, you did it with Blackish, but now you're doing it with Walking Dead because you got the Walking Dead, and you got the Fear the Walking Dead, and then you have Walking Dead New World or something, which is like a bunch of young kids, and then you're gonna have Carol and Daryl. I'm like, oh god, come on, stop.
I don't want to. And then how long? It's like, really, how long are they about to last? Like Carol and Daryl just going to carry a whole show. Some characters, what I noticed in certain shows, some characters need that cast. You need it. It's like, I like it better with the cast. Like, I probably reference Buffy too much, but case in point, I would not.
You can never reference Buffy too much. As a matter of fact, you can never reference any Joss Whedon thing too much. Goramit.
He's fantastic. But I would never just watch a show and it was only Xander, only Willow, only.
Oh God! Please,
I need to watch all of you together, because all of you together. Like, I was watching The Boys, which is fan-fucking-tastic.
Yes, it is.
I finally finished season 1, and I'm just like, what the fuck am I in? But I love the Butcher's analogy about the Spice Girls, and I'm like, that's so true with shows. It's like, separately we are shit, but together we make a really good show.
I swear though, having the Deep go to Sandusky and then call Akron a shithole, I'm like, damn.
All the
Really?
shots of Ohio, I was feeling. I was like, oh my god! Yay.
They shouted us out.
So on Buffy, in Cleveland we have a hellhole. Sandusky doesn't have a lot of crime, and Akron is a shithole. Apparently, this is how it works now.
Apparently, that's what it is.
You're
I guess
not
I'll
wrong
stay.
about Akron.
I am tired of the beat. I don't want to see shit else with him because I know him as Nate Archibald from Gossip Girl. So that's how I know him as an actor. So I was like, Nate still ain't shit. I'm watching this show and I'm just like, you've learned nothing. And I knew he was going to have a redemptive moment as soon as the first episode I watched, you're a complete asshole. And I was like, of course, you're going to have a redemption arc.
If you've ever read that book, man.
I'm like,
be glad. They talk about scale back. I'm like, there's some stuff I'm like, oh, I'm glad they scaled some of that back because it is raunchy as fuck. I'm like, damn, there is no okay, perfect example. They have the 7. They have the 7, right?
Wait a minute. Get ready.
Okay, they have so like in the
no, it's not that kind of show. That's tomorrow.
So they have the 7, and they always say like the 7 are going off to this island where they go to recruit new heroes. Okay, and the island is called, but for the 7.
Chris,
what's that?
I think this is a true story. That what happened. What's his name? Weinstein. You talking about fantasy?
Oh no, wait.
It's the same island.
It's the same. It's Fire. It's Fire Island. It's Fire Island.
Oh yeah, it was getting fired over there. I'm sorry.
But they go there and they tell the public that they're having this tournament, to find a new person to come onto the 7.
It's a casting couch.
Really, what's going on in this? Yeah, what's really going on in this island?
It's a casting island.
It's a daggone orgy going on the entire island. Like it's no holds barred. It don't matter what's going on. It's going on.
There were some holes not being barred. I get that.
It was a lot of WAP and everything else going on. And I'm like,
pow.
WAP, pow,
bam, zoinks.
And they were just like, I'm like, damn, this book really don't hold back, and they didn't. They really
like 50 Shades of Grey.
You know what else is pretty bad that makes me think of, and I didn't even finish it because I was like, this shit is awful. I think it's called Cross.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I'm like, what is this? It is the worst. I was like, I can't finish this shit.
Yeah, there's something I would like. I never finished the entire run of The Boys because after a while I was just like, I think I got a limit. I might have hit this bastard already because like
this
how
is
much
hardcore porn. I'm like,
this book. this is going somewhere that I don't want it to go. And like one of the retired one of the. Like one of the heroes, like one of the heroes, like Ace Ventura, I gotta take my clothes off and burn it in the clothes.
I'm like, fire and shit like a caveman.
I'm like, oh, why did I do that?
What have I read? Oh, booga booga.
like there's literally a retired hero called Love Sausage, and you see that name.
Love Sausage
is Love Sausage. And at first,
now, what the hell is his superpower?
Well,
you
see the name first.
Okay. Yeah,
and you see him from the waist up, and then when they show a full page of him, you're just like, oh, that's why. Never mind. All dick. Yeah, I'm like, well, damn, really?
Okay.
I'm like,
where is he near Sandusky?
He's Wesley Pipes of the superhero world.
Wesley Pipes of the superhero.
I'm like, is he available? Because a bitch would be in danger all the time. Tell me, Love Sausage.
How does he save people? Here, climb on my dick and
but like some of the
totally interested in that.
Like they didn't address the Tech Knight. Like Tech Knight in the book was like Iron Man and Batman mixed together, and Tech Knight had a tumor. Like it was been more than one Tech Knight, so you never see his face. So you never knew who he actually was or who the person actually was that was playing it. And there was a point where he had a tumor in his head. And for some reason, he had this penchant. He had to fuck everything. And the tumor got so big that he thought he had to fly up and fuck this meteor to make it explode. When in reality,
I think there's no reality behind that.
In that reality,
fuck this meteor,
it was all in his head. Yeah, it was all in his head. And what was actually happening was like Like a woman was being assaulted. Not she wasn't being raped, but she was being jacked and everything. And he got like, I think the building crumbled and it fell on his head or something. And that's how he died or something. But they didn't say he died because then like a couple issues later, you got another Tech Knight. You know, so you're just like, well, who the hell is in this suit?
Fuck?
Yeah, it was crazy.
How do you? Okay, whatever. We fucking meteors and saving people with Stretch Armstrong dicks now. Okay.
Oh, that was it.
What, the Stretch Armstrong?
No. They just like, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Hold on.
Yeah, stretch that motherfucker out. Good
so they did do the episode where they were trying to save the people on the plane. In the book, they made it like it was a 9/11-ish type situation.
Oh, yeah, they couldn't do that.
And what happened was the 7 has no freaking training, okay? None. And they go up there to save these people, and the whole thing goes to shit. It just goes straight to shit. Two of them are actually scared shitless, and they fly off and leave. Homelander accidentally sheared one of the rings. You know, when you watch Superman catch a plane, he catches the plane, nothing breaks.
Right.
Homelander tried that shit and it tore the plane up. So now they trying to save the people on the plane, and he's looking at the rest of the team, and they're just like, well, we got to save these people. And like, you only got 2 people that can fly, and he's just kind of like, let this son bitch burn and don't nobody tell anybody. And they're looking like, whoa, wait, what? And so they blamed it on terrorists. I'm like, these dirty bastards.
Yeah, when I saw that, like in the actual season, I was like, "Oh, we're this show."
Yeah,
okay.
They are.
I wasn't sure how far we were gonna like take it, and then each episode, I was like, "Oh, we're still pushing." Okay. All right.
But I like what they're doing with this show. Is actually fun. I gotta watch Friday's episode. I'll probably watch that tonight.
I still have like 3 episodes for season 2 to catch up on because I just started season 2 like a few days ago, but. Season 1, I enjoyed it. It was definitely a lot to take in, but
damn A-Train, he's a mess, man.
I enjoyed it.
Somebody fix that brother's hairline.
A-Train is a fucking mess, and I hate him so much. I'm like, if avoiding accountability was a person, I'm like,
we've been getting a lot of that around. I don't know what's going on. Like, people are starting to become something. They're becoming an actual meme.
It's just awful. I'm like,
we were talking about A-Train. We were talking about A-Train's hairline, and we're just like, what's wrong with this dude's hairline? Like, you got the brother who's with Billy Butcher. He got a crisp hairline.
Okay, Mother's Milk is cute. I'm like, what's going on with you? It's like Daredevil did your hair. It's not cute. It's not cute at all. I'm like, all right, I just gotta look past the screen. But Starlight's starting to work my fucking nerves too.
Oh yeah.
Already annoyed with her. I'm like, I need
you to get out that shit. She need to get out that shit.
Although the new whole outfit they put her in for the 7 is cute. I don't care what nobody say.
Yeah, it's cute. She ain't want to wear it, but it's cute.
Yeah, I was like, I would have been like that person working in HR or something, but it's cute, girl. Like, just wear it. It's cute.
You mentioned something earlier because this is the main topic of the show. When you were saying you're seeing more people of color in lead roles, and you hear this conversation a lot, especially in our circles, where you see you don't see enough people of color that's in leads for superhero films. Well, that was changed. Sci-fi, horror, maybe even a war film, who knows, or the adventure film. And what's been going on in the past 4 weeks now, past month, is Lovecraft Country. It has fallen on the lips of everybody, not only just Lovecraft Country, but Watchmen, the series too. And you're seeing something that we have been wanting for so long, and now we're getting it, and we're getting it in waves, and it looks fucking amazing.
It does. And it's getting all the respect because I love that. I love Regina King's work. In several things because she's fantastic.
Oh yeah, she's just downright.
She is funny, and I look at her like I look at Viola Davis and just these powerhouse women, who are real actors. Then when they go into the realm of anything blurty, I'm like, yes, this is what I want. Like
something about Sister Night. Something about Sister Night. I'm just like, damn.
I'm here for it. I'm here.
All I could say was, damn, Brenda, damn.
Not Brenda.
Come on, man.
It was every boy's crush. Now look at you. You whooping
Then I
ass.
was also here
Crushing
for
little boys now.
old boy's performance. He's gonna do Candyman too. Forget his real.
Oh
name.
yeah, the one
But
they
he's
played.
so good.
Yeah, and but they delayed it again.
They did till next year,
Yeah.
which I can understand because we need to figure
COVID
out.
has fucked up everything.
And if I was starring in a film, whether it be this or how they were delaying Wonder Woman, I'd be like, no, we need to figure out what's going on with the vaccine because I want my shit to open up just like it would have before all this happened.
Right.
All the work that you put into the film, what it means to whole franchises, because I don't care what nobody say, Wonder Woman saved DC.
Yes,
so
the hell
like,
they did.
You want it to be bomb, and this one looks bomb, and girl is like amazing to look at these outfits. I'm just sold, and ain't nothing even happened. As soon as that bitch wrapped her whip around some lightning, I was like, I'll buy for
we got that Diana. We got that Diana going now.
I love it, especially if we get more hand-to-hand combat because I was never a huge Wonder Woman fan until I started watching some of the darker animated films for DC, and then I was like, "This."
Oh, she got hands.
I was like, "This bitch be whipping everybody ass."
No,
that made me go back because I'm I love this. I love that she can fight for real.
Like you don't come from an island of Amazons and not know how to fight, and there's a reason why.
I love it.
So
like a real warrior. I like that.
Right.
I was obsessed with
almost like Xena-esque. Yeah. It's just like that.
I was obsessed with her and Buffy, so I'm like, if you're gonna be a chick, I want to see you like.
And that's what we're getting like with Regina King playing Sister Knight. I'm like, she's a sister. She's in law enforcement. She don't take no shit. And she owned it, and like when where were they? They were in Tulsa, Oklahoma, of all places. And
wasn't it like the first episode?
Yeah, and they nailed that. And I was just like, I knew about this 10 years ago, or 10, 15, no, longer than that, about 20 years ago. And to see that on screen, and people like, did that happen? Hell yes, it happened.
Which is another great thing they're doing is I love and what Lovecraft Country is doing. So I actually, from the last episode, before I even knew I was going to be a part of the podcast again, I had wrote notes about what I liked about the episode because there were just so great moments. And I was like, I love seeing us, again, multifaceted, but then you're also adding in the pain and the struggle and the reality of racism and what we've had to go through and still have to overcome. So don't just make us superheroes. Tell the story from what it would be like. Even if superheroes were real right now, we would still be facing discrimination. Case in point, when our boy A-Train thought he could go to the stove and just actually shop. You were being racially profiled. And you were part of the 7, man.
Yeah, that didn't matter.
Everybody knew who you were, and guess what? It didn't.
You still got profiled.
You still got profiled. You were mad about it. So I'm like, that was a great moment for whoever in the writing room said this needs to happen because that's the reality of what we experience. So you watch the show too, right?
Yeah, no. No. Whoa, hey, see, you didn't let me finish. I haven't as of yet.
I showed him the
he showed me, but
I showed him the Usain Bolt scene.
Black guy, I don't want too many things trying to come out all at once. You know, I don't do that auto pay stuff, so I'm a watch it.
Oh, we're black. We don't do auto pay neither.
Oh yeah, see, I don't.
Okay.
we don't
I'm
want nobody.
like, what is auto pay? What is that? There was a meme that said, "I don't care how good I'm doing financially, I'll never be on auto pay." I'm like,
hell no.
Hey,
yeah, no.
They get happy. They get happy. Oh, guess what? It's a leap year. You're not gonna charge me twice.
Pretty much. And then you're mad because you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna treat myself. I was like, what you mean I got negative $7?
Yeah, oh my God.
What? So like
you be like, oh yeah, let's go to the store and get some water. And
like actually
like that's all we're getting. I thought we was getting no water.
No, we gonna be amoebas today. We just gonna take all the stuff out of the air and just
like you were talking about losing weight, right? Let's just breathe.
Yeah, right.
Just all go for a brisk walk.
So
but you have to watch it because
I'm going to. I keep hearing good things about it.
They're doing an even better job, even though Watchmen was something completely different. That's its own entity. What I love so much about this is there is still this whimsical campiness about this show, and it's what I wanted to see when I would be obsessing with Buffy and Angel and just all these shows I'm watching where you don't see us. And now you see us still dealing with like Jim Crow, and a whole bunch of bullshit going on.
Sundown Towns and all that shit.
But episode 4, to me, hands down, so far was like the
second episode.
No, this is the 4th episode. The 4th episode gives you like this Indiana Jones vibe.
Thank you so much for saying that, because it did.
I was just like, damn. So they've gone from the creatures in the woods, the haunted house. What was the third one? The third one was the second one was the witch's house. The third one was the haunted house, and now you get the adventure episode. And I'm like, but it all ties together.
I literally could have cried during this episode because whoever is writing for them,
Misha Green,
and also how the actors
are
acting this out. The fact that you have someone who's so smart that his father, I don't know how many times you read this book, but you read the book enough times to memorize it. So you're doing this thing that I love in any sci-fi adventure film where somebody is immediately quoting what they read like 2 days ago. I don't know about y'all, but I can't tell you what I read yesterday through a text message, let alone.
I can't tell you what I just read.
When they were all trapped on that little vanishing bridge, and he just started blurting it out, and I'm like, he memorized what was in the damn book.
Yeah, see, I just was reading something about Lovecraft Country, and as soon as you said that, I totally forgot. I was like, well, shit,
listen,
that sounds smart for a second.
We'd literally, we'd be dead if it was us, because Brandi, what about the full moon on the what? I don't remember.
He was saying full quotes, and I'm like,
full
nigga sat there and memorized, and he burnt the flipping book. You damn.
And that, I think when I realized I fell in love with episode 4, outside of the beautiful moments between the mom and the dad. Well, there was great moments, but I mean, the mom and her daughter were at that exhibit.
Oh yeah,
they're looking at astrology.
Yeah.
And when she basically lets her know, well, I got to name this constellation, but it was taken away from me because they didn't want a colored girl being the face of who named this comet.
Right.
I think it was a comet. So just in that moment was so beautiful, because it's like there's so many things we did first or we do better and we just don't get credit because of our skin.
You mean like everything?
Like everything.
Pretty much.
I'm like, because I'm trying to figure it out. I mean, even having my son.
And before we go on, shout out to Misha Green, who's the showrunner. This sister has been doing a great job. She actually did Underground too, which was also a great show.
Okay, because she's worked.
So she worked with Journey Smollett before, or as I like to call her now, is Minnie Usain Bolt. Because damn,
she had them jets. She wasn't playing. But again, if you're running for your life,
that's how you run.
That's how you run from now on.
No little white girls falling over air.
You fall in the woods if you want to.
She didn't fall one time, and she wasn't going to.
She didn't even break a stride.
She's like, I ran track in high school, and she was out. I'm like, whatever the hell she's taking, keep giving it to her.
I mean, even her form, and I'm not even a runner, but I was like, that bitch.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm telling you. We were watching it. I'm like, dog, she really ran track because her elbows was hitting every.
Listen, and they were perfect. She wasn't doing this run because I'm probably this runner.
They tell you to pump like you run. Like, dog, I play football. They teach you how to run like that, and they want you to really pump them arms because it's supposed to be some kind of momentum thing. I think it's just mental. But
she almost couldn't slow down. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, listen, she damn sure didn't have no brakes.
Picked up around that car.
Yeah,
damn sure had no brakes.
And then how many times did she save the day?
Oh, plenty of times. Even like, I just love now the only thing, I will say this before I just sing her praises. The only thing I'm still overseeing, and this is just me, I need more women that look like her sister to be the main woman. To be
exactly.
Because we always kind of do this mulatto, racially ambiguous black woman as the forerunner. I'm tired of it. Now I'm giving her a pass because she is killing this role. Yeah. I'm like, you're beyond. You're just
the haunted house episode where she's in there and she started hitting it. I'm like, if they not hitting every black culture moment right now.
She told them things to get the fuck out of her house. I felt that on so many levels. On so many levels. I'm just like, how many times do we want to tell not just people to get the fuck out of the house, but people that are racially profiling us? Yeah. People that are just doing the worst things to us that we don't even deserve to get the fuck away from us, get the fuck out of our house, get the fuck out of our neighborhood. Mm-hmm. I felt every bit of that performance.
In that same episode where, you know, how those white boys put the bricks on the horns of the car and they just had the car, and she got tired and she threw a little housewarming party for it because she bought a little boarding house to help brothers and sisters that was on down the luck trying to, she trying to look out for the fam. And here it is, they put a burning cross on her lawn. And she's like, okay. And she took a bat and busted up all 3 of those cars. And right when she was doing it, instantly, when they seen her with that bat, it was like, 4 brothers, they went to the car and got their rifles and was protecting her.
It was beautiful.
In case anything jumped off.
And then her sister came around in the whip to take the weapons to ride off.
Yep, when they heard the cops.
They were going to be arrested.
Yeah, they took them when they heard them cops. Her sister instantly got in that car, popped that trunk, they threw him in that trunk, she drove off.
The way they operated together so seamlessly, I'm like, I need those type of people around me.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, you don't get too much of that. And I'm like, I'm glad I wasn't the only one that picked up on that and seeing a moment like, I'm like, damn, it
was a beautiful moment of unity. I think most of us want within our community, because we're already fighting everyone else in the world, it seems like, on so many levels.
Right.
So when you get around people that look like me, I don't know about y'all, but I'm one of those people where I immediately am thinking my brother, my sister. That's how I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking, oh, here's another black girl, that's competition, or oh, here's no, I'm like, you're mine. Like, we're in this together. Right. There's so many of us that think that way. Yeah, I feel that way, but I'm like.
Well, I mean, but we have been taught for so long that it's us and them, and then it's us and them, and then it's us, and there's been so many divides. I mean, you look at like the Jewish community, the Chinese community, the Mexican community. I mean, like Mexican families, it's like 10 of them in a house, and they all working together, and then they'll send money off to their family. I mean, the Asian community, you know what I mean? It's just black community has been that community has been one pitted against each other for so long, and taught that even though we the same color, we're competition. When you don't have that in the Jewish community, because they Harvey Weinstein. I don't want to say Harvey Weinstein. All right.
I think it's okay. It's okay to say that, Harvey.
No, but I mean, you know what I mean?
We knew something was up with that old fat bastard.
They stick together for so long that, you know what I'm saying? Even in black families now, like at 18, you get kicked out. You know, in other cultures, you stay as long as you need to. Like we were taught that, you know, at 18, you got to go out there and beat somebody. And if you can't, don't bring your black ass home. Like,
right. It's really, I want to say, and I know this probably be like super far-fetched for some people, but for those of you listening, I'll take it there. I do feel like there's this like spiritual cloud of oppression over us that we didn't ask for. But when you do have master in them that raised our mothers and fathers and everything else beyond that, they were literally do or die mode. So then you finally get your freedom, which you're still fighting for after that. You can't afford to be the loving, caring, carefree parents that a lot of us probably don't. You can't. So that's why people are quick to go, well, master whoop my ass, now I gotta whoop your ass, because you have to learn this way. And it's a lot of untethering that has to be done on so many levels, and it's not fair. We know that, but it's one of those things where you have to do your own inner work in dealing with the reality of that shit, and that way our kids can hopefully lay out a better groundwork for the next generation, and we can just try to fight it the best way we can, because it's not going to happen overnight, because this shit's been going on for too long for it to happen overnight.
I think there's a reawakening happening.
Oh, for sure.
I think within the past 2 years, it's been brewing longer than that, but I think within the past 2 years, they're really starting to see, like, you know what, we're not each other's enemy. We are in the same war. We are in the same fight.
I think that comes with breaking those stigmas, like, you know what I mean? Like
the stigma that it's a curse. It's like
you grow up like, especially like a young black dude, it's either you a baller or a rapper, or, you know what I'm saying? You got to go out here and fight for what you want, and you got to go out here and get it and take it if you can't, you know what I mean? So it's just like, that's what TV and society and other people are showing us. And it's like, I don't have to be that. I could be the dude talking shit right here like I am now. I don't have to be a rapper or baller to get that same kind of thing. I don't have to backstab people to get there. So I think it's nowadays you have a lot more people realizing that, especially like you said, in the last 2 to 3 years, I've seen so many people that I used to quote unquote compete with just be like, man, I don't know what we was doing, man, but let's, you know what I'm saying, let's build something.
We're on the same level, and even you guys coming together to do something like this is an important show of unity. There can be more than one Blurdy podcast. There can be more than one person that's good at art or cosplay or anything. I think for us as a community, it's just important for me that we start getting the recognition we deserve, especially when we're dealing
I think that's
the rule of
important
first, because I hate seeing something like TikTok, which I can't stand to be on because it just gives me anxiety. And that's how I knew I was old, because I'm like,
Told you, Chris. We just said this earlier.
You
I
have
need
not
all
seen me
of
on
those-
TikTok yet.
I need all of those people that are copying all the dances that our kids are doing, because Black kids, we the ones coming up with all that shit is us.
Yeah.
It's not y'all.
That's too much. It's too much seasoning in there for it to
Way
be
too
Karen
much
and-
seasoning.
and-
So I'm
and
like,
Susie.
we need
Sure as
to
hell ain't
we need to
raisins.
get in the habit of acknowledging us and giving us our flowers first. Because I'm like, I'm not into. We've been appropriated for way too long.
And that's what I mean. Like,
way too long. Y'all do more than just appreciate. Y'all just really take
like
the shit and run with it.
Like you look back, like the music, the TV, like a lot of the swag that America has, or hell, all the swag America has,
right,
has come from us. You know what I'm saying? The drip that the blood, the tears, the creations we done had and made and lost or were stolen throughout the eternities is just
the fact that there's a thing called Black Twitter lets you know how fucking fire we are. There's Black Twitter because we are that bomb.
Right. Like, over here Twitter, but Black Twitter let them know about it. Yeah, we don't let them know about it.
I had my ballroom teacher. He was like, "Yo, can you like get me into Black Twitter?" I was like it's a club. Like, it's not a place.
No, dog, you got the wrong ID and shoes on. Like, what the fuck do you think this is?
Yeah, like, I have a smoking
I don't know if you're gonna get in with the penny loafers, my guy. Corduroys. I don't think that's dressed.
I was like, no, you gotta get your haircut like A-Train to get in, and you're not wanting to take it there. You don't have that level.
A hoodie and some Timberlands, my guy. You gotta get some fucking penny loafers and corduroys.
What I am trying to look forward to though, because episode 4 of Lovecraft Country just laid the groundwork for so much bomb shit to happen throughout the rest of the season. I'm very much looking forward to the dynamics of Letty and her sister, because it is very much that light skin, dark skin, you're skinny, I'm big, all of that's playing against her. Even her going after building up the confidence to apply for that job, and then you got a small Black girl that got it. And they did touch on this, is why you need to watch the show, D. They touched on
I seen the scene where they was talking about her getting the job and they was doing a sing off or whatever.
Exactly.
And she can stay with you until I'm a bits and pieces kind of guy.
No, I need you to take the whole thing. Fuck your bits and pieces.
I can't take the whole thing.
Well, that's what she said, and she took the whole thing.
Hey, I wasn't built for it.
It needs to be built to last, built for tough. Why is that shit?
I mean, I plan on watching. I'm also one of the people, I don't get, like when people get hyped on shows, I never do. I'm one of those, Hamilton, I didn't see it until 4 years later. Like, I just don't get caught. I don't get swept into the, like, I know a show might be good, but while everybody else is watching and talking about it, it kind of ruins it for me. So I'll wait. And then,
you know why it ruins it for you? Because you're not watching with everyone else. If you're watching with everyone else,
when you see,
I guess it's just me. I'm that guy.
When you see,
I'm that asshole.
No, I'm gonna hear from you into this one because I don't like trends. I watched Game of Thrones like years.
I still haven't watched Game of Thrones.
I watched it like when the last season was premiering, so I don't really get to trends either. But this is anytime I see something and I'm like, this is a good push in the Black community as far as images, because images are important. It is really important for me to see a fine, super dark-skinned brother be the lead of a sci-fi adventure
and be smart
And he's so smart.
And they touch on it so many times. Even in the first episode, even the sheriff, who's racist as hell, even says it. He's like, "No, nigga, you too smart.
Too smart for his own good."
Too smart for his own good. Like, even like when they got pulled over, that same sheriff, when they pulled him over before sundown hit, and he was talking to him, and he literally was talking around him without the sheriff. Like, the sheriff was trying to get pissed, but he was like, "You lucky."
Oh, he was literally doing that, like Southern Baptist, that church nice nasty. That's what he was doing.
Right.
I'm saying fuck you, but I can't really say it. But you know what it means, and that's why you feel away. And I like seeing my Black men portrayed in that way, and not the same box that you're put in. Like, this is the perfect type of Black. Everybody ain't finna be Idris Elba Black or Will Smith Black. We need shit like this.
Yeah, we all matter. It just
listen.
We all like,
even us assholes.
You know,
What did he say?
He said, even us assholes. Like, you forgot we're dicks. Like, we're
yeah,
dicks,
I'm a dick.
Yeah.
Because assholes just shit on people. Me, I like to fuck people over sometimes. But in a good, loving way, you know?
We're quoting Team America.
Okay, Brandi, can I ask you a question real quick? Look, this is our new thing. I'm trying it out, but I want you to hear how I say it because I feel like it's coming off a little creepy. So here's my thing. I'll be like, hey, are you tired of those other podcasts that just, give you a lot of bullshit? Well, try us. We'll just stroke your hair deeply as we look into your eyes as you sleep. Did that come off creepy?
The as you sleep got me.
Okay.
All right. So when I say
as you sleep to as you listen, and I'm into it.
So now if I say, like, are you tired of all those other podcasts?
See?
Already, like,
I almost was like, oh, okay. Maybe I will, maybe I won't.
Say less.
Okay, so it's just, see, I want to compare and contrast because I know if I say it like that, it comes off as creepy. So I was like, okay, maybe I shouldn't say it like that. But then
you said, you gotta change out your voice. Like, fun fact, and this is a long time ago, that's why I'm saying it in a joking manner, but abuse is a serious topic, you guys. If you're being abused, get help. But when I was abused as a wee lad, to get out of the situation, because it was like physical and financial abuse, because he was like, he had the money and stuff. So to get out of the situation, I was like, okay, side hustle. I need a job. So I can't work during the day because he has a car. And I was like, what I'll do? I was like, phone sex operator. So I left a voicemail.
Why am I not surprised?
I left a voicemail and I was like, I don't know how to do those phone sex. I know my regular voice. I'm like crazy. I'm a cartoon. And I was like, okay, cartoon. I got this. Think Jessica Rabbit. Think this. So you switch it up. So you got to get your inner Chris on, and then you can tell people about.
Hey, ladies, are you tired of this podcast that isn't giving you that good stroke when you need it in your ear? Well, come on and try us, and we'll look deeply in your ears.
No. So you're still talking too fast.
Still creepy? Still coming off creepy?
No, because you're talking too fast. See, Chris.
Oh, okay. So slow down. Okay.
So you want me to give him the example?
Oh, no. I got it.
No, I'm gonna give him an example. This gonna work. Hold on. Listen to the example, right?
I'm gonna take a drink too.
No, listen. Chris is doing like deep love strokes. Like, I love this bitch, so I'm gonna make love to this bitch, right?
Oh, and I'm coming
you
up
up there, quickly. And you're fucking.
I'm a dick, It's get out. Okay, I'm okay.
But
I
doesn't want to fuck.
I got it. Ma'am, I'll make love to your ears. Okay.
All right.
I got it.
All right, I'm ready. Hold on.
That just feels weird as shit. I'm sorry, Chris.
No, that's so exciting.
Works. That's not for me.
Exciting. If this works.
Okay.
Make sure to listen to Blurred's Eye View with your host Chris G on any of your favorite outlets, including Google Podcasts, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Be sure to visit our website at blackgamuttentertainment.com and get the latest on news on our podcast, giveaways, and contests. That's Black Gamut Entertainment, GAMUT Entertainment.com. And thank you for listening.